Hey guys, Yummy here again, and today I'm going to be talking about the T-21 Heavy Blaster in Star Wars Battlefront. I almost said Battlefield 4. I gotta stop doing that. Well, anyway, this is probably one of my favorite blasters in the game. It's probably going to become my favorite blaster as I get better with it, because it is particularly difficult to use. That's why I think it pretty much fits the bill as the skill cannon of Star Wars Battlefront, something equating to like the 44 Magnum in Battlefield 4, and just really powerful, really slow firing guns like that, to where you have to make sure that you're really accurate with your shots. So I'm just going to be talking about how this blaster performs in combat and just how I would advise using it. Of course, people in Battlefront are obsessed with the really fast firing LMG-ish heavy blasters, to where you have like a very long time before it overheats, and if you get that perk that allows you to cool off your weapon by getting a kill, it becomes borderline overpowered. And especially whenever you combine it with like the jump pack, it can become like the most insane combination in Battlefront. But I actually prefer the T-21 style, where it's really powerful, does a lot of damage in its shots, but it's really slow firing, because this actually makes it a lot more effective at long range. It takes way less bullets. It actually has a potential of being a two-shot kill if you get two headshots all the way across the map. Like, there is no range with this weapon. You cannot get a kill in two shots with headshots. It's absolutely insane. The only problem is it doesn't have an optic, so it can be difficult killing enemies at long range, because the zoom is barely any. That's why you need to work towards the T-21B that you unlock at rank 21, which is basically the same gun, except now it's semi-auto and it has a scope, which allows you to use it kind of like a DMR. But the T-21 in itself actually does very well at long range as well. If you manage to figure out like or see the little tiny dot in the middle of the reticle that's there, like it's so faded you can almost not see it, but that's what you're supposed to be using to aim, and you can actually manage to hit enemies with it at range. Now, I won't lie and say that the slow fire rate doesn't become frustrating at times. There's a lot of times whenever you get to close quarters where it just seems like it is impossible to hit the enemy. Like, I will put the reticle perfectly over an enemy, and the blaster like won't hit them. It's like the weirdest thing, but because its fire rate is so slow, you have to land your shots. You have to land every single shot in close quarters to be able to kill the enemy, especially if they're using a faster firing weapon. Like, if they're using that blaster pistol that's really fast firing, I can't remember the name of it, you're gonna get decimated almost every time. But the thing is, if you're playing something like Supremacy or Walker Assault, it should be pretty easy to keep distancing yourself from the enemy, to where you'll have the advantage with the T-21. I also love this gun because of the way it looks. Now, I mean, honestly, in the original trilogy, the only blaster that you see more than the T-21 is the Imperial E-11. Like, that is the main blaster of the Imperials. This is actually the main heavy blaster of the Imperials. You see them using it all the time, especially the Sand Troopers on Tatooine. And I don't know if this gun fires like it does in Battlefront in the movies. I think they probably altered it for the game just to make it unique. But yes, aesthetically, this is probably my favorite gun and makes me look as much of an Imperial as the E-11. I really love using this, especially on Tatooine or Sullust, when you have like those when you become the Magma Trooper or Sand Trooper and you have those packs on you. It looks so legitimate. You feel awesome. It really adds to the immersion factor when you're using either this or the E-11 blasters. Wow, there's probably not much more I can talk about this blaster. This isn't Battlefield 4. The guns aren't really that much more or they're not really complex at all, so I don't actually know what else to talk about with this gun. Okay, so basically, I guess I'll just sum it up. Like, when you're using the T-21, it can be really difficult. You just stick with it for a while. It's like trying to learn the 44 Magnum in Battlefield 4. I really sucked with that gun at first. It's just using this, learning it, learning the feel of it and what situations you need to put yourself in. Just distancing yourself from the enemy is probably the main thing. If you could do that, you can just basically dominate at longer range. You can kill bad guys way faster than them if they're using any of the other blasters. Now, I mean, of course, you're going to get outshot at long range by like the pulse cannon or something like that, because that's actually like a freaking sniper rifle. But in terms of automatic blasters, I don't think any blaster in the game beats the T-21 at range. So I highly recommend trying it out. You might actually like it. Most people just prefer those really fast, heavy blasters that are borderline overpowered. But I really love the T-21, and I'm definitely going to keep using it. So if you guys like this, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. And until next time, this is Yummy. Goodbye, and good hunting.